There are many things that I would like to say about Leonardo, and I will make it very short, don't worry. But certainly, first thing I want to say, I want to thank the director of the library, of the National Library, and the people of the National Library, and really from my heart, because it was so nice and so easy to organize this exhibition here, and I think this is the proper place to have it open to the public. It is the proper place because you can see also some books which are from the library, of course, which belongs to the library and which deals with Leonardo. This is only a small selection because Leonardo is so popular all over that you can, everywhere you go, you can find something about Leonardo. So Leonardo is very Italian, as you know, but it's, I think, property of the world. It's a world heritage in a way of culture. So it's one way to share it with you. And also, for example, one of the panels is about stamps about Leonardo, and I'm sure you will find your own country in that banner because it has been celebrated all over. The exhibition, you can see it, it's a very simple one. There are texts, it's a lot of visual, and it's in Italian and Bulgarian, but since it's so visual, or even those who cannot understand Italian or Bulgarian, I think can enjoy it. It was the right occasion with these 500 years from the death of Leonardo to celebrate it in a simple way, because great people don't need great things necessarily. They're already great. So you can do simple things just to share them with the people, with the students in this case, with you, and with anybody who is interested. So that's why this all started. We did it together with the Cultural Institute, of course, with Regina. We wrote the text together. It was not easy to choose how many panels, how many fields I should use for this exhibition, but certainly then I made the choice on the most famous ones, and some others. Leonardo, sculptor, painter, architect, musician, engineer. He's done more or less everything. I want to talk about him, about something which is more human, because we think of Leonardo always as a genius, and he was a genius indeed. There is no doubt about that, I think. We all agree. But at the same time, we forget to know, or we don't know, that he was also very human. So he was also very close to us. There is a lot to learn from Leonardo as a human being, because he was not, we might think that geniuses are perfect, so they are very far away from us. They are not. They are human beings, they are weaknesses, and they have, you know, their limits. He was a very easy to distract. He had difficulties to concentrate. He was doing many things at the same time, all the time. So in a way, he was anticipating something which is very modern. If you look at his sketches, notes, you will find that in the same note, he draws something about botanic things or anatomy. Then on a corner, there is a mathematic formula, and then there is something of literature on the other corner. He was just doing several things which were coming at his mind. Something which is very modern is that he was thinking, you know, today we say thinking in several boxes, having in mind many different things at the same time, seeing the links between things. And it's something very, very modern. Today, the difference is not somebody that necessarily knows only about one thing, but the innovation comes from seeing some links that other people have not seen between two different fields or two different issues. And he was doing that long time before. He was, you know, while he was opening up dead bodies and discovering the muscles, this was completely new, and learning about medicine, he was using the same learning for the paintings, because he was reproducing. And the other thing that it makes it a genius, but at the same time very close to us, he very often was postponing things. He was what is called a procrastinator. And when I say this to the students, they understand it very well. because you know students, they always study at the last minute. But we do it also, I think, very often. And he was procrastinating very often. This is also in many notes and letters that he's pushed because he's delaying something that he had to be finished and was not finished. So this is also something that makes him very close to us. He was a perfectionist. I don't know how many of you are perfectionists, but this can be a limitation sometimes. It's not necessarily something that helps you to do things. That's why many of these things are not finished. They are unfinished. Many of his projects just were as a project. They never become a real thing, you know, even in the engineering. But they were, anyway, the product of a genius. He was a visualizer. He was working with images. That's why I chose so many images in the exhibition. And today we live in the era of images. Instagram is the example. And he was already anticipating this. He was, you know, a man with, as I said before, multidisciplinary approach. And this is extremely important today, even in the diplomatic world. I think we have to reflect, and I hope that this occasion will be not only a nice occasion to be all together here, and thank you really very much for coming, but also to think a little bit more about what genius means and what it means for each one of us, and at the same time to take the best out of the teachings, indirect or direct teachings by Leonardo. Thank you very much for coming and for patience.